Good morning again. We're out here walking. Our friend Casey, she's awesome. She and I have been working together for almost 2 years. I believe it'll be 2 years in the fall. But she's a really good dog. I started working with her when she was pretty young. I think she was still kind of a puppy. And we worked on, her leash walking skills, and also kind of some socialization training. Every once in a while, when we're not in a global pandemic, she gets to come out on our pack walks, and she does so great. She stays really close to me. She gets along with all the other dogs. She likes to play tug of war with sticks, and she has a lot of fun. Anyways, it's Philosophy Friday, so I thought I'd share a few videos on kind of dog philosophy and things like that, but I also wanted to share another true story from my time working in Alaska. I was about 19, 20 years old, and I moved to Kasilof, Alaska, in the Kenai Peninsula, and I was training dogs for a guy named Bruce Linton, and kind of apprenticing under Cindy Baran, who is an amazing dog sled musher. She grew up kind of in the middle of nowhere in Canada, and she taught me so much when it came to working with sled dogs. Really cool person. Anyways, so we're working with these dogs and getting them ready to run the Iditarod. And during my training, I would oftentimes work with this older female dog named Click. And Click drove me crazy. We'd be out training, trying to get our miles in for the day. And, we were running 20 to 40 miles a day, depending on the time period of the winter. And for whatever reason, Click knew the fastest route home. She could just smell it. And if I wanted to try to put on a few extra miles with the dogs, she would fight me tooth and nail. She'd just be like trying to pull really hard to a different trail that she knew would take her home a little quicker. And she's a smart dog. She's figuring out ways to conserve energy and things like that. She's a great lead dog, but definitely strong-headed. When it came time to do a race, it was my first race, and it was 150 miles, called the Sheep Mountain 150. We were out on our trail, and one of the first things that happened was I broke my steel brake on my sled going down a hill. So I was using the drag brake and kind of trying to fix it as we went along with some bungee cords and things like that. Ended up being able to fix it, but as nighttime came, the trail became harder and harder to see, and we were coming up on this stretch of road where it was really wide and groomed and looked great. And for whatever reason, Click refused to go that way. And she kept dragging me down this very narrow trail that was no wider than our sled. And, I decided, okay, I'm going to trust this dog. She knows how to get back home. She probably knows something I don't know right now. And so we're cruising along, and an hour goes by or so, and I'm starting to think I'm lost deep in the middle of nowhere. I haven't seen another dog sled musher's headlamp, or any signs of life out just deep in the woods. Just me and my dogs, and we're going along, and I'm kind of starting to panic, thinking that I really just got myself lost out in the woods with these dogs trying to do this race. And trying to find a spot to turn around, but it's really hard because we were kind of on the edge of a cliff. And as I'm looking for the spot to turn around, I catch the glimmer of another dog sled team's headlamp, a little beacon of light in the distance. And so it made my heart sing. I realized I wasn't lost, and I continued on to the next checkpoint. And when we got there, I met a fellow rookie who did what I wanted to do and continued down the wide, well-groomed path. And he got to the checkpoint 2 hours early and was penalized on his overall time. So Click saved the day and helped me to get to that checkpoint. I'll never forget that, and I think it's very important to trust your dogs. Dogs are so amazing. They can pick up on, the smells that we make, like they can smell cancer, they can smell when your blood sugar is too low, they can tell when your hormones are out of whack, they can send you these signs saying, hey, like you need to figure out what's going wrong here. And sometimes putting your trust in your dog will lead you to the right trail. So very important. Isn't that right, Casey? Huh? Have a good day. Happy Friday.